So good afternoon to everybody. My name is Shabtai. I'm not the SVP. I'm the CEO of the company. My HomeDoc is an Israeli company established by the end of 2016, trying to bring to the market, guess what? This device, which is also primary care device to do the same examination that Taito just mentioned a minute ago. So I will not use this presentation to explain about the market, the use, the need, because this was explained very well in the last presentation. And I will more concentrate about what is unique in my HomeDoc device and what is the benefits by using it in this specific market. So you understand what we are willing to bring into this market is accessibility to patients, to use a device that they can do a comprehensive and advanced clinical examination, and at the same time to communicate with the physician and to get his feedback in real time or offline, because yes, here we do have the same two operational modes. So I will spend maybe 3 or 4 minutes explaining how the development team that leads the development of this device, under what objectives they did their amazing work. So when we started, we had 4 important objectives. The first one was to connect it as a device that will leverage the performance that we can get today from the smartphone. And the reason for that, if you do that, you can achieve 2 important goals. One is the cost of this device, since we are going into the market and there is a significant sensitivity to the cost of this device. So by connecting this device to the smartphone, we can control the cost, because we don't need to put in this device now the image sensors. We don't need to put in this device the computation processors. We don't need to put in this device the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5G, 3G. Everything is in the cell phone. And by that, we just packaged here the sensors that are not in the cell phone, and we connect them together. The only one examination that you need physically this device connected to the smartphone is for taking the ear images, okay? Because we have here the otoscope. You put it, you attach it to the mobile device, and you can take the images. For the rest of the examination, it can be separated. So this was the first goal, connect it to the mobile phone, while the second advance that you can get by connecting it to the cell phone is that cell phones, I think every year, you get them better and better. Better resolution, better, more power for the compute part. And by having that, we are actually improving the performance of this device without doing any investment, because it works together tightly with the mobile phone. So this was the first objective. The second one was, let's build the software part as something that can serve the entire infrastructure, meaning we don't build a solution which is open source, but we build a solution which is open software architecture around our SDK and API, meaning that we are, when we are engaging partners, telemedicine partners, they can embed our SDK API and build everything in their system using their own decisions about how to build the front end. So they can package actually the entire software that they are developing and control this device through their app. And we found that today, when we are engaging the telemedicine companies, this is the way that they would like to work with. The third objective was really make this device cleared by the FDA and the CE authorities in Europe. Because in the next stage, we would like that this device, along the roadmap, will serve the physician with some assistance based on machine learning, AI, and provide them a better understanding and more capabilities to make their diagnosis. But for doing that, you need that every test, either it's the thermometer or the stethoscope or the otoscope will be cleared, validated by the FDA or by the regulation authorities. So this was the third objective. The fourth objective was, let's make this hardware, piece of hardware, usable. Of course, the software should be very easy to use, but the hardware is important. So the decision was, let's package everything as one device and avoiding situation that you have many devices that could make the impression for simple users that it's complicated. You need to connect, replace things. So now everything is packaged like simple device, and nothing can get lost. So these were the four objectives that the design team worked upon. Just to go briefly, we have here four sensors: the otoscope, stethoscope, the body, the thermometer, and the pulse oximeter. So actually we can get your heart rate as well as your blood oxygen, percentage of oxygen in your blood, measuring the saturation. So this is additional measurement that we can do. And of course, we have the image sensors, but this is part of the cell phone. So let's see a short movie how this works. This is the app. You can choose what type of test you would like to do. Either you would like to do all of them or only part of them. And same here, we have guidance and tutorials that teaches and guide the user how to do the tests. As I mentioned before, it can be offline, that you package all the data together and send it to the physician, or the physician can be online. When you put the thermometer, we design it in a way that the distance between the thermometer to the surface that we are measuring the temperature will be always the same, and by that we have a repeatable measurement. So you see the entire cycle between the patient side, the physician side, and we have all the data sent to the cloud under the HIPAA and GRTP regulation. We can work in asynchronic and synchronic modes, and we are adding the additional machine learning and AI layers to first support the user, and then also layers of diagnosis that in the future will be able to support the physician. I will not dive into the market. It's interesting that the previous title showed the exact market size. So we looked into the same market research. But what I really realized that telemedicine is growing up. Everybody here knows that. But one of the major engine accelerators for this market, it's the technology. And this is what we are trying to bring to the primary care, additional data that will help the physician. And, we believe that with the additional analytics layer, we can really increase the market size in the next 5 years. Same here, we are bringing the value proposition not only for the patient side, to have the accessibility to meet, to see their physician. We are also bringing significant value proposition to the entire healthcare system by reducing the cost. Thank Thank you. I need 1 minute more, so that's... So again, if I need to summarize the competitive landscape, first of all is the integration with the cell phone, controlling the costs, bringing the capability to increase performance very easily. The second one is to have cleared FDA and regulation approval device to support the diagnosis later on and the usability of the entire device. A little bit about the company. We are still a young company. Today, we do have first clinical studies running, start to run on December, mainly for marketing purpose, not for regulation purpose. We are submitting our FDA files these days, and we do have first agreement in process with different partners in the current market. Thank you.